Uh-oh, erotic anime spotted.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
What's in the room? What's in the room? What the hell? What the? What the? Yeah, the title says it all. With harem, you either win, lose, or both. And in this one, the consumer loses brain cells after the excessive amount of nosebleeds. And I have a dreadful feeling that this series will cause some sort of ruckus when it starts releasing more episodes. Wouldn't be surprised if the Blue Bird just came in and started ripping the series apart into a million little pieces. Oh, but Mr. Z, how can this anime cause a controversy? It's just a harem, right? Well, you see.
Well then, if I inject you with this, you'll finally be our
Now hopefully that cleared up some confusion. So this series takes place in the future, and it starts with our main character Mizuhara Reito in the clutches of a mysterious girl, being literally asked to choose a woman to mate with. I'm dead serious, although this time without that hilariously dramatic opening. Thank God it's a manga. It then transitions to a sequence about the past that explains how we even got into the situation in the first place. It's the year 2040, and our main character Reito has just confessed his feelings to a girl. Now it becomes truly suspenseful. What will she say? I have multiple sclerosis. So by this point it's revealed her name is Erisa and they work for a pharmaceutical company. So Erisa tells him, well, our computer is telling us we are developing a cure for it, so everything should be okay, right? And a clearly depressed Reito says, no, that will take somewhere from 4 to 5 years, so I'm gonna have to go into cryofreeze in the meantime, so I can survive till then. From here you can easily tell, she quite obviously does share the same feelings back, and she's even about to tell him that it's okay. She'll wait for his return. However, before Erisa utters a full sentence, she is cut off. So by this point, it's clear Reito doesn't exactly know what he wants. He even tells Erisa that some other guy confessed to her and she should get with him. And Reito's strange confession, followed by his indecisiveness about what he wants, leads to Erisa basically just waltzing out.
You know how much I sacrifice?
Which causes Reito to be pissed at himself.
You're sweating. Relax. Take a deep breath.
So at this point, Reito is Kaneki, and he's out here humming the Tokyo Ghoul opening on his way to his 5-year bath. And now it's revealed that he has a sister and a brother that care for him deeply. But honestly, they're kind of irrelevant, so... Fast forward a bit through some goodbyes and medical exposition, and Reito is finally about to go into cryosleep. And as he starts to feel weak, and his eyelids begin to grow weary, he is met by Erisa once more, as she utters out one final sentence. Wow, this really does feel like a soap opera, doesn't it? From here, Reito opens his eyes and sees a girl looking down at him. This girl informs him it is the year 2045 and he has now been cured of his multiple sclerosis. So his cryosleep worked. He is cured, and naturally, because of this revelation, Reito wants to see his family. But of course, it can never be that easy. Instead, he is instructed to come with this girl, who will explain everything that has happened in the time he has been asleep. So afterwards, she introduces herself as So Mira, and she has been assigned as his exclusive agent. And Reito, who is visibly confused, basically says, why do I have an agent? And why am I in some dark car with two women who clearly want to take me apart like I'm a double-stuffed Oreo? Mira just calmly proceeds to tell him what he wants to know. She explains to him that 4 years ago, a virus called MKV suddenly manifested and began to wipe out humans worldwide. The origin is unknown, but the symptoms consist of purple skin and the vomiting of blood, which eventually leads to death a mere 3 days later. So I'm assuming they all start to look like something equivalent to Thanos. The MKV virus, which is airborne, traveled very quickly and eventually wiped out half the population on Earth. At hearing this news, Reito, who is visibly terrified, leaps out of the car at full speed and begins racing down the barren streets faster than the fastest man alive.
My name is Mizuhara Reito, and I'm the fastest man alive.
Reito, in a confused frenzy, begins to notice that the city landscape looks completely different. I mean, the infrastructure is falling apart, the people look rugged, and overall it just looks terrible. Just like school restrooms, everyone. And So he approaches a woman in hope to find out where his area is located, where is his home. But he is met with shock and fear at his arrival, which would normally be a massive roast to a man. Ouch. However, other women don't react this way, as many begin to crowd around him and say things like, "A man? How is he alive?" And so in this confused state, he starts to put the puzzle pieces together in his head. He notices that he hasn't really paid attention to his surroundings, but his eyes are finally open. Where have all the men disappeared to? And at this question, he is given an answer, although probably not the answer he wanted to hear. The male killer virus, MKV, as the name states, only infects men. Only women exist in this world now. 99% of all men on Earth have died. So he asks, well, then how am I alive then? How am I still here if all these men have died? And she simply explains that she's not too sure either. But him being able to run around like that and be fine is the greatest proof of why he's immune to this virus. And of the few men left on Earth, only 5 other people have been treated for multiple sclerosis, which makes him, and the 4 others like him, who have the MKV antibodies, now the most precious resource in the entire planet. And in horror, he slowly begins to realize what this means for him, as she kneels down and calmly asks him. She wants him to reproduce with the women who have been left behind on this earth.
Oh man. Oh God. Oh man. Oh God. Oh man. Oh God. Oh man. Oh God. Oh man. Oh God.
Yeah, I know I made it all intense with the background music and all, but in reality, reading that just makes you laugh because you know exactly where this story is going. And since this is a harem MC we're talking about, he makes it very clear he is not into copulation. Cause something about his true love or whatever the heck. Guess you could say I didn't see that one coming. And that was only chapter 1. So if you're interested in the story for, reasons, you can check out the rest on your own. I mean, you do you, man. Just lock your door if you live with other people, okay? Since the rest of the story plays out exactly how you imagine. Now, the funny thing is, originally, I wasn't even planning on making this video. I was originally going to be talking about the anime that was supposed to be airing in early October, and the first episode did air, which is the one I've used clips of in this video, obviously. But unfortunately, it got delayed for re-evaluation. Pure misfortune. Most likely because of a certain virus, let's be real here. But I just felt like I had to warn you all about the doom that is to come. The internet might actually blow up, on Twitter and all that. So I say prepare yourself, as that is always a possibility with these kinds of shows. And personally, I don't think that possibility will happen because this anime isn't exactly dark or particularly insulting. It's mostly just very, very erotic, per se. It's basically just another, how isn't this a goddamn hentai series? I'll probably make a video about this anime when it releases, so I'll keep my thoughts and jokes in me for now. Even though I've read all 12 volumes, and oh boy does it get raunchy. Oh boy!
Damn, boy, he's thick! Boy, that's a thick ass!
So consider this video as the unofficial warning for World's End Harem. A warning to lock your doors and be prepared for what is to come. And a whole lot of softcore, corn. I can tell the future. I am the future. Oh, and very quickly, I'm aware that this isn't the usual kind of video. I'm trying to branch out and try new things, so I'd appreciate any kind of support thrown my way. So with that, I'll take my leave. Caress the like button, would care if you liked it. That sounds kind of creepy. And yeah, that's it. Fall seasonal, Mirako-chan is next.